Now let's look at building resilience in children from around the age of 11 to 13. Now 11 is an interesting age because for the vast majority of kids, this is the time where they get that first smartphone. In terms of when kids are allowed to go on social media by themselves, I think you need to, again, judge it in the same way of when would you let them walk down a high street you've never walked down by themselves? When would you let them be with a group of friends that you don't know by themselves? So I think when they're 11 and 12, there needs to be some monitoring. Children are beginning to discover their identities. So they're trying to figure out not only why they're different, but also what part of a group they're alike with, by following certain types of people, by joining in discussions on groups, by commenting on things. And I think this is where digital resilience becomes very important, because that footprint that we speak about, I think this is one of the first times that it really begins to become embedded. Who you follow, what you say, what you like. All of these things are visible for the whole world to see. Not only are they speaking to their friends at school, but they're connecting with their friends after school, perhaps meeting kids not even in their school through social media. You need to talk to them about who is watching your social media. Talk to them about the privacy settings. Talk to them about, ensuring that the people that are watching them are people that they know. One of the biggest challenges young people have to deal with is seeing bullying messages online or being confronted with feedback that's hurtful. You can use technology in your favor when this happens. In the first instance, being able to say to someone, that's not okay, speaking to me like that. But in the second instance, being able to block them or to not engage with their comment. I think that's very important as well. So what you want to do is not just describe a problem, but give them solutions. You need to take into account that your kids may be consuming content that actually isn't age appropriate. As a consequence, it's so important you speak to them about content and about the source of that content. For a lot of parents, this age is where they're very concerned about kids getting access to online porn. Explain to them that there's a reason why some of these sites have age limits. It's an 18 for a reason. Learning about sex through porn is like learning about driving through watching The Fast and the Furious. This isn't reality. They don't have the emotional maturity. They're not developmentally ready to see this. Always ensure that you tell them that if they do stumble on something that makes them feel unsafe or uncomfortable, or just that they have questions about, that you're there and able to speak about it with them. They need to stop, speak, and support. This is a code of conduct that the Duke of Cambridge spoke about recently, and I think while it seems very simple, it actually is a very powerful tool. If the minute you see something uncomfortable online, someone's saying something, someone's making you feel not okay, you stop. The second thing you do is you speak. Why do we say this? Because one of the problems that we know happens is that kids fear that their technology is going to be taken away, that people will see them in a different way, that they don't seek support. And that's when you have to ask them to speak. And finally, they need to seek support. There is support out there. You can support your child. Your child's school can support them. Use it as a mantra. Stop, speak, support. It's simple, but it's effective. So here are the things that you need to remember for this age group. Number one, have conversations with your child. Make sure they're consistent. Number two, discuss their digital footprint. Number three, remember the mantra, stop, speak, support. Number four, speak to them about the difference between making a mistake online and bullying. And finally, number five, remember, this is a big part of finding their own identity. So discuss identity online. Ultimately, it all feeds in to not only how they understand their online world, but actually how they see themselves within that world.